Welcome to Gen Y Footy episode 8. Huge show today. It's with Hitter is back. A personal favour on this show, Frankie. You're back too. That's disappointing.
I know, it's part of the deal. Now, also, Dan, we are launching one of the biggest awards, individual awards in football. It's called the Gen Y Play of the Week.
Our very own award?
Our very own award, and it goes to every single player that is in the AFL.
Don't go in.
Okay, fine, I won't. But it is bigger than the Brownlow, the Norm Smith medal, and all the players are tweeting about it.
I think you're going too early there, but is it bigger than this man? He's 200 centimetres. He's from the Essendon Football Club. He's a young star. Jake Carlisle, welcome to the show.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me.
First loss on the weekend, a bit depressing.
Yeah, no, obviously not the way we wanted to go, but also all good signs are there. So.
You had your opportunities in the third quarter. You kicked 9 behinds. The Cats kicked 6. You could have won it. How was Hurdy after the match?
Yeah, a little disappointed, but obviously in his own little way, we did what we asked. So obviously played the way we wanted to, and obviously opportunities limited the score. So
This seems like for the first time this year you ran out of juice.
Come on, that's not where to go with the Essendon Footy Club. Get to your next.
Oh no, I didn't mean it. No, what I was saying is kind of like you just needed to inject a little bit more.
That's enough. Get to the. It's not funny one bit, is it, Jake?
Sorry, Jake, I don't know.
This is ridiculous that you're even.
I'm not sure what's so funny
Ask
about
the question. You know exactly what you're doing wrong here.
My apologies, Jake. What do you put the loss down to?
Thank you. That's better. A bit more mature. You like that one, Jake?
Jake, you're right.
What do you put the loss down to? You found it funny. The game was funny.
Yep. What do you put the loss down to?
I was waiting for you to say it again.
No. What's the reason for the loss, mate? We haven't seen you lose this year.
Obviously opportunities. Yeah, we didn't hit the scoreboard the way we wanted to. Obviously, if we hit maybe 5-5, we're obviously back in the game and probably leading. So obviously Geelong are a quality outfit and they're always going to stay in the game as well. But I think we had our chance earlier to put them away and we didn't. So what do? You move on.
That's right. Move on. Very good. And something that Carlton supporters haven't moved on from, Dean.
Oh.
This is what you were more famous for up until last year, Jake. Of course, Andrew Walker's spectacular mark over your good self, and it was a fantastic mark because you are 200 centimetres tall. And we thought, how could we relive the moment?
We love this moment as Carlton supporters.
And so we're just going to relive the moment in a minute, if I can get it in here. You just lean forward for me, Jakey. There we go.
Win a game first.
You would have thought he'd moved on from this by now.
No, that's Frankie will never move on from this, mate.
I like that.
Frankie, he's making his own name now as a defender.
He is.
You've taken on Taylor Walker, you've beaten him. You've taken on Cloak, you've beaten him. Who was the other one you've taken on? He's taken on
Travis Cloak, Taylor Walker, and of course Tommy Hawkins.
Tommy Hawkins. So you're all Australian this year, Frankie, reckons you'll be?
Nah, that's all talk, mate. I think obviously 17 games to go. I think only a third way through the season, but obviously 6-1. It's where the side wants to be, and that's more important.
Do you still live with this tag though, Andrew Walker?
Yeah, only when I see Frankie. I think,
he let you know.
Yeah, always.
Can you just show us what you should have done for this mark not to have happened?
No, I'll probably just come back and just
buckets.
Try and duke it. I think it's probably the way to go, but. Oh, you can't win them all.
That's right.
Yes, now fantastic, Jake. Now, what you're looking at me because I have something.
You do have something.
What have I got?
He loves his basketball.
Yes, he does. He does love his basketball, and of course, in particular, the Chicago Bulls. This is a photo from you down at Recovery, Jake. How does this go down at the Footy Club when you're sporting the NBA sort of attire?
Obviously we won the first game, Chicago Bulls against Miami, so it was a bit of an upset. Boys had a little gag down at the beach. One of them got me the beanie, so I wore it out. And next thing you know, it's made the paper, so it's pretty funny. And
you love your hockey too, don't you? Your ice hockey?
Yeah, I'm a Canucks fan, Vancouver Canucks. So we obviously lost the day before, so obviously got back in my basketball once the hockey finished. So
Canucks or the Bulls? Who would you choose?
I'll probably say Canucks. I'm more in my ice hockey than basketball, but yeah.
I was a good basketballer growing up.
You weren't a real. Have a look at this for a person who calls himself a basketballer. Jake, of course, the Craigieburn Eagles. You'd be familiar with them. What, is this how? If someone came down to the Essendon Footy Club and said, "I want to play," would you just send them home? Who look like that?
What are you trying to say?
I'd send him for a few laps or something first and hit the showers there. A long way to go.
That's not very nice. No, I was a bit overgrown as a youngster, but I did play cricket against Jake. I beat him over the off-season.
Jake would remember that. Remember when you came on the show and you sort of threw a few balls down at Dino?
No, I don't remember that. When was that?
He didn't go too well. We'll just take a look at some of the lowlights from that day down at the cricket nets.
Number 1. Oh, here we go. He's going to pitch it up. Look out. Oh, and look at him back away. Here we go. Ball number 3. None for 2 at the moment. None for 3. You wouldn't be a very good 2020 player, Dean. No fear. Just throw it at him. Oh.
We're going to see what's going to happen there, Dino.
You got one shot. How you going, Dino?
You got one shot.
Alrighty, Jake, what are we doing here?
We're just going to probably pitch a bit short of a length and might kick up and see what we've got. So
sounds good.
A bit of pace on it too. I don't think he knows.
Pace.
Take centre, please, mate.
Take centre, Dino.
Thank you, that's better. Incoming.
That's it, on Cook.
One more.
Well, there we go. That's why he doesn't play cricket, Jake. How bad
There
was
was
he?
7 minutes of that, and you put the worst 50 seconds together ever.
We didn't need to see the 7 minutes. It didn't get much better, did it, Jake?
No, I didn't actually, no.
Oh, you had the bowling
For
machine at
myself.
190 clicks. What did you expect?
It was fantastic.
It's now time for our most famous segment, our favourite segment on this show, Twitter Hard Hitter.
We love Twitter Hard Hitter. Jake, you love Twitter Hard Hitter, don't you? You love the show and Twitter Hard Hitter.
This one's from Braden, at Dean and Frankie. Hey, Jake, I heard GWS and Carlton were throwing offers at you left, right and centre. Any truth? And how many years did GWS and how much coin did they throw at you? Now, don't shirk it. This has been around a little bit, this one. Did GWS come after you?
I'd say so, yeah. But
you'd say
they
so.
They didn't throw anything at me. It was just a bit of interest. Obviously, wasn't going to go anywhere. So
We heard $1 million a year.
nah, that's a load of
That's
crap.
what we heard.
Nah, maybe for you and your basketball skills.
So no
Zing.
truth there?
Nah, no
we heard
truth.
Carlton came after you last year. Any truth?
No.
And as you can see, we write the Twitter Hard Hitter. No, Braden honestly sent that one in, so he reckons no interest from Carlton.
Yes, no, but the Western Bulldogs were a team that you did support when you were younger, Jake, and this is actually a photo of your current bedroom at your mum's place at the moment. This is still your Bulldogs memorabilia up in the room. What does Hurdy think of this?
Oh, that's not my room.
Are you still, do you
Unbelievable.
still find yourself barracking for the Western Bulldogs, or are you fully committed to Essendon now?
No, not really. I think obviously the year I got drafted, I was more in my super coach and just AFL in general.
Yeah.
Obviously because I wanted to make it. And yeah, obviously Bulldogs was only growing up. So obviously you move on from that as well. And you're obviously at Essendon now, so Essendon's my team.
Would you go to the Bulldogs if they threw $1 million at you a year? You can't go for another
you
2
can't,
years,
yeah.
can you?
$1 million, is that not bad, is it? No.
No, nothing. All right.
But it's an interesting story because Jake grew, I think it's about 20 centimetres in an 18-month
He was a
period.
cricketer.
He was a cricketer by trade, and your mates convinced you to start taking footy a bit more seriously.
Yeah, they obviously wanted me to come back and obviously play with them because I obviously missed playing with them as well on a Saturday morning. Yeah, it was 22 centimetres. I think, mate.
22?
You just, got
Hey,
me a
look, I'm
bit.
sorry about the 2
I think
centimetres.
you gave a couple of centimetres to Dino and the cushions that he's Those
That's
little
2
print
cushions.
things, yeah, that's a couple. That's
I
more
sit
than
on a
2
couple of
centimetres.
cushions. So what do you stand at, 200?
200, yeah.
So you can play ruck.
Midfield, yeah, no. Ruck's fine. Yeah.
Would you want to play ruck, or are you happy just at centre half back?
No, I'm obviously happy at centre half back. Obviously played forward when I first started, so I've got a bit of knowledge on the other forwards. So
Yeah. Well, we've got our very own award, Frank,
Yes,
that
we
you
do.
want to launch now because it is in honour of who?
Well, it's in honour of Dustin Fletcher, and because Jake's here, obviously one of his teammates, we thought we'd launch it this week.
Yeah.
This is for the Gen Y Play of the Week. Now, every player, including yourself, can win it each week. Everyone is eligible other than Dustin Fletcher because he just doesn't fit.
He's too old. He's outside
In
the
the
Gen
Gen
Y
Y
demographic. So
demo.
let him go. He can't win this award, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, our trophy maker hasn't been able to get the job done this week, so we've made it ourselves.
We're getting made offshore, so that'll be here next week.
But next week, and it's a prized possession, and people want it.
Yeah. And who wins it this week?
It goes to Matt Shaw for this fantastic goal from the centre circle against the Melbourne Demons, who aren't travelling very well at all. But Matty Shaw, you should be very, very happy and grateful for this because you are the first nominee for the Gen Y Play of the Week award.
Yes, and Jake, you don't go home empty-headed. Thanks for coming in, mate. What does he get? What does he take home there, Frankie?
Of course, he gets the travesty pack, Jaco. There you go, mate. That's your travesty pack full of travesty
There's nothing
clothes.
in the bag, so we just pretend, and there's the travesty bag. No, there's something.
a couple
in
of
it.
cushions in there.
You don't need them.
And of course, a brand new pair of Blundstone boots for you. What are you, size 14?
Yeah, 13.5. Yeah,
Yep, well, they're the same old tough boot, but they're a lot more comfier now as well, so you can take a pair of them home as well.
Thanks, boys.
Good luck this weekend against the Lions. You get another win back on the winners board.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully.
Thanks to Travesty. Thanks to
And Carlton
Blundstone.
play them in a few weeks.
Yeah, they do. Maybe we could get him back on, maybe.
Get him on.
Yeah, get Andrew Walker in, maybe. We'll have a chat. Have you ever done a live interview with Andrew Walker since the big month?
No, I haven't actually.
We might do that. Get exclusive.
We could do. Would
I
you
think
do
we
it,
nearly
Jake?
belted each other last year. Before I got injured. No. It's all good.
We'll see you next week on Gen Y Footy.